Hello, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
You're my favorite girl. You make my simple come on. 'Cause you're my favorite girl.
Hello, welcome back.
Oh my God. Feels like I am home again.
You are home again. How was India?
I
Guys,
would
I just
like,
let everyone know that our summer break was predominantly because Anahita wanted a summer break in India.
that is not the reason. It was also because you were also busy initially because of your personal commitments. And then it just sort of overlapped with me going to India. And oh my God, I was realistic that once I go to India, I would be able to record or
Yeah.
I would have like a lot of time. But oh my God, it was the craziest trip that I could have made. Like it was so
Tell me
hectic.
something, like if you were in India and if I was in the US, let's say West Coast or East Coast, wherever, do you think it would have been possible for us to start a podcast like this? Or even like if I was in Nepal and you were in the US, like do you think logistically it was possible?
I think so. I think I was just going through, the other day I was just going through my old pictures and I was going through like there were lots of pictures of you in that. And I was just looking at it and we used to talk very often. Like we used to talk as much as we're talking here. Like maybe not for that length, but every day we used to talk there also, like every day. Like there are like screenshots of you and me talking almost every day. So it was a different routine. And plus, I don't think it is about which part of the world you are in. It also depends on where your routine lies. Like over here, I'm in my routine. In India, when I went first, I went with Sahil the first time after I got married. So there was another level of excitement, and there was so much like travel, going meeting his family, going meeting my family, like back in Benares, then my nani's house in Allahabad, then so it was just a lot happening. So then I don't think it was possible for me to take out any time to record, edit. But maybe you can because you're a better multitasker than I am, I feel.
No, I think what you're saying is right. I think it's the routine of it because now when I'm thinking about it, when I came for grad school and you were still in India, we used to know exactly when you went, like even though I was studying, I had a lot to study, we knew exactly when each other would be free.
Yes.
Uh right. And then we would call exactly during that time. But no, it's
Like
tough.
even
It's tough.
right now, right? Sorry.
No, but it is tough. Like to do it like cross continent, I think it's tough.
Out of routine, I feel it is very tough because you have to dedicate some time. Yeah. It's not easy to like sit, think of topics, research about it, make sense when you are in a conversation, then go back, edit it, record it, publish it. Like all of that requires commitment. And I think we were like, I think it was a good decision rather than like, pressurizing, stressing, and like producing substandard content. I think it was good of us to like, both of us to like decide that, okay, fine, maybe we need a break.
And
And we
honestly, I think a break was important because I'll tell you why. So many people have asked me whenever I've told them like, oh, we've started this podcast. They're like, oh, do you have like a team that edits, team that does this, does that? I was like, it's all me and my friend. Like we're doing we're figuring out our schedules, when to record. We're doing the editing, like even teaching each other how to better do editing, right? Better edit. And it's just, it takes so much of time to do all of this that it, and we try to take out, like just for our listeners who might be coming on board for the first time, we do take out, not try to, we do take out like 2 episodes per month, which means like in 4 weeks, 2 weeks just goes, like 1 week just goes in recording and then the editing and then we're preparing everything for it to be like published. So it's like every week you're working. There isn't a break. It's not like a 1 month, once a month episode where you're like, okay, done, one, now we can take a break for 2 weeks. So it's like, it's a lot of like balancing with work life, with your student life. So I think the summer break was actually good. I'm rejuvenated now.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's been a good summer break. Tell me, how's your summer been? Tell our listeners how your summer has been.
My summer has been great, but before we talk, I wanted to talk in continuation of what you were saying. I don't know if you feel this. I'll talk about my summer after this. But I don't know if you feel this, but when we took this break, right? Like, I mean, it wasn't, of course, a very planned break. We were thinking of doing 12 episodes and then sort of wrapping up, and it became 11. And even though we were trying to record the 12th episode, it was like back and forth and it was not working out. And we put out a notice and everything, and then we didn't record. And it's okay. We gave multiple notifications through our stories and all that we were on a break, etc., which I think was okay. Do you feel that people around you, like, did you feel this a little bit that people around you are just expecting things like this to fail? Did you feel it? Like, did you like? I felt that it was like, when I went back home or if I spoke to my friends and all, like they were all like, oh, yeah, it was a phase, and yeah, it was meant to like get over
Who
and
the hell said this? Oh my God.
no one said it, or maybe it's my overthinking mind, but I genuinely felt that it was like people were like, oh, so now it's over or what? Oh, are you guys like done?
So maybe people do think that. I just don't think I've talked to them about it. Like a couple of my friends and my mom, I think they were really excited for the episodes. And I think it had become a part of their routine now in 6 months, right? So one of my friends, oh my God, and maybe we can like post a screenshot or I don't know. She texted me and she was like, when is the next episode coming? Like, it's Friday, your episode isn't here. I was like, yeah, we're taking a break. I'll take out the notification. She's like, what? Like, whenever I'm stressed, she's my friend from college. So we don't, and she lives in London now, and we obviously don't always have the chance to talk for hours and hours every day, right? So she was like, in college, when like 10 years ago in college, when we started out college, like whenever I was stressed, I used to come to you, and your voice used to soothe me. So your podcast has become like a soothing, like whenever I'm like running or when I'm doing my errands, I listen to your podcast and it soothes me. And now I've listened to all of them, so I'm like missing out. So even if it is not for the wider audience, like they're not like gaining a lot, I think like a few people were like really looking forward to it. So I'm glad we're back on it.
Yeah, and I love my Lola community. I just feel, even though, you know, I mean, we were talking about this, right? Like the fact that, I mean, initially, of course, we had a social media person who helped us with the branding and putting it out and all, but like, it was taking a toll on us financially also, because I'm a student. It was just like you are the only person who's like sort of earning a normal salary, and to take out from that, with no return, and pay a third person when you are not earning anything at all. Like, I mean, it was just not making sense for us financially to do that. And we then decided that, what, let this pick up, or let us have a business plan for this, and then we'll probably hire more people. But hiring someone like for a long term, where you're shelling out x amount of dollars, just was not making sense. So then the responsibility of like doing social media, everything came on the both of us. So my point is that it is very like, I mean, it is very easy to judge an initiative that two people take in terms of the followers, etc. But there's so much hard work that goes, and even if through that you're able to like build like a tiny community that learns something from you, or that just engages with you and like resonates with you, and like literally texts you and says that, what, I really enjoy this, or I really think that this was an important conversation to have. um I just feel that that makes a lot of difference. And I'm very proud of the length and breadth of the conversation that you and I have sort of tackled.
And I think this is something that you and I had decided from the very beginning, that we want to touch upon topics that we have like we resonate with directly, we've
Exactly.
experienced it. And of course, also take it out from, yes, we want to have like the politics behind it, we want to have like this intellectual side of it, but also to be like, everything does not, when you experience something on a day-to-day basis, you don't start from an intellectual perspective, right? You start from what you're experiencing.
And
And
then try to like contextualize it in the larger sense.
exactly. And that's what happens in like life also. Right now I was seeing the Inter-American, so a lot of my work is law focused for those of our listeners who don't know. And the Inter-American Court of Human Rights actually came out, it's like a landmark judgment, came out with a judgment talking about the right to care. I'm yet to read that judgment, but you know, we also talked about care, the responsibility of care, the burden of care, and how that impacts women, people of multiple genders in different ways. And to see that these conversations that we're talking about is being recognized, and we are
Yeah.
our contribution is probably 0.0001% to the world's conversation, right? But maybe someone Googles it and finds our podcast and finds it relevant to their conversation, their research, to shift social narratives and make sure that change happens. I hope we are contributing to that.
No, I think it is. People are talking, obviously, in the policy space and in generally, like these conversations are happening. But I think very few people are taking these topics that mostly are like, relegated or, restricted to policy spaces or high intellectual spaces and bring it down to like a
Like
conversation that is
deconstructing it,
happening between, sorry?
deconstructing it.
Deconstruct and like try to have a conversation between two people, like between two friends, and like try to like sort of make it more real and lived.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. No,
I think that is
absolutely.
the idea, and that is what it is slowly even evolving towards, like this podcast and our
But
conversation.
also we covered very like fun topics, like very relevant and fun topics like trash TV and Love Island. Oh my god, bro, I was obsessed with Love Island this entire summer. Oh my god.
That's how you spent your summer break.
No, that is how I spent my summer break, literally.
It was, I think, you watching Love Island and navigating your own Love Island.
Actually, someone I know told me to watch Love Island, and I was like to him, "Ugh, like, no, I'm not gonna watch that trash." And then he's like, "No, you should watch it. It's super fun." I was like, "Bro, okay, fine." I watched it and I got obsessed with it. I got
you
obsessed.
you were so obsessed, and I mean, I'm not saying this, you guys know it from like if you watched the last podcast on trash TV. I do not watch too much trash TV, okay? It just like it doesn't mean that I
That
look
is
down.
that is very, very highly intellectual guy. She doesn't come to our level.
I just don't watch it. It doesn't amuse me to watch trash TV. It just I doom scroll for sure. I watch a lot of trash content on social media, but not on TV, like reality shows and all. I don't watch too much of it. And this girl, and I have no idea what is going on, okay, in Love Island. I genuinely have no like idea, context, nothing. And she's like texting me frantically one day before, 2 days before. Voting is out. Please vote for my favorite couple. Please vote. And I'm just like, bro. And then and I think she went for some watch party in New York for Love Island or whatever. And of course, you guys, like, I mean, Jesselina has a very vibrant way of like communicating it on social media, this and that, where she is, what she's doing exactly. And sometimes she's influencing five people, but she's talking like she's influencing 5 million. And, and she's like, oh my god, my favorite couple won, guys. This is like the most exciting day. And I'm like, bro, she has like totally lost it. She has become so obsessed
But
with
listen, it's very sad because all of the drama is still unfolding right now. Like a week back, the Love Island reunion happened. And I thought you don't watch it, so I don't know how to talk to you about all of this. There's so much drama. That couple who was my favorite couple, he ended up cheating on the girl. Then my other favorite couple, also the guy ended up cheating. Now all the girls have gotten
it's giving
together.
it's giving Splitsvilla.
They're 22 years old. What do you expect?
But it's giving Splitsvilla in India. Like I think
But
Indians did
but
it years ago.
but Huda, first of all, this is not the first episode season of Love Island. Second, Huda has now like she's Palestinian and she was not the winner, but she gained like 6 million followers. She was like a very controversial figure. She has she met Huda Katan of like Huda Beauty. She is on an NFL like what do you call NFL advertisement. Like she's making a lot of money and like she has risen to fame. So there's a lot of good also that's happening from it. But bro, like the reunion, oh my god. You have to watch it to believe it. I don't know how to explain. Like I can't explain it because you're not excited, so I can't explain it.
That's great. I really think you had a very productive summer, but I think I was more excited about every all the drama that was going on in your personal life versus
Yes.
I think you are my Love Island, you know? Like you need to watch to like, get excited and all and be like, oh my god, so much drama happened. I think I talk to you and ask you about like, oh my god, who did you meet? What happened? Okay, this guy, that guy, okay, this girl, that, and all like all of that, like, your ex texting or
Yeah. I from 10 years ago. Like I don't know if you. And first of all, I'm on my phone 24/7.
yeah.
I was in the subway and I didn't see that message, and he deleted it.
Guys, Jesselina's ex from 10 years ago, like they have broken up. Like he's like uh, gone ahead, gotten married, is like absolutely settled somewhere. He is like out of nowhere, like liking Jesselina's stories and like sending her
What
message.
stories? What are you crazy? No,
He,
just
he
sending.
sent you a message and deleted it, right?
Yeah, not story. He's not on my social media.
Did he not send you
Uh,
a message on Instagram and deleted it?
no, it was Facebook Messenger.
Oh, Facebook miss. Oh, sorry, I forgot that existed.
Yeah, Facebook Messenger. And then the thing is, I'm on my phone 24/7. How the hell did I miss that?
Because
And
people don't check Facebook messengers anymore, maybe.
no, but me and my family speak on Facebook
Oh yeah,
Messenger.
I forgot. I forgot.
Yeah. So I'm on my phone 24/7. And then I didn't even see that. Then later on, like at night, I was just scrolling and I saw that on top. I was like, what the hell is going on? What bloody Mercury retrograde is going on? But of course, I'm not crazy. So I didn't like ask him, excuse me, what was that? But
Very
yeah.
mature of you. Very mature
Yeah.
of you.
In some things, I am mature, I must say.
Like this was very mature. Like if I were single and my ex from like 10 years was like doing all of this, I would have like scooped for more drama.
But there's also, it's not because I was just like, bro, it's not that I'm not lacking drama otherwise. There's other things also going on. So I was like, let me settle with all of that, which maybe I can talk about 1 year later, not right now. But I was like, let me like fix all of that. And then if I was, if I was Vela, if I had no drama and I was like, oh my God, but I have friend drama, I have boy drama, that's about it. Summer drama. I think the normal summer drama that happens in New York, all of it. I lived through this entire summer like that.
Yeah.
It's a good summer. Good 29th summer before my 30th birthday.
My summer was quite uneventful when it came to drama, I think. Or do you recall something? I don't think so. Uh, I have been very focused on making some money and doing some productive work. So I spent my summer working, finding jobs, got rejected from places where I wanted to intern because they thought I was too experienced. So yeah, got
But that's part of the process here.
yeah, so I literally was like chasing after the American dream, trying to get a job. Finally ended up bagging a few cool gigs. And then yeah,
Speaking like that, cool gigs and all. What are you, like a singer or what? Just
yeah,
be like a
what to
normal.
say? But they were short-term projects. So it's a gig.
Another word that people say, and I find so funny, stint. What is a stint?
I use.
I find it so
What is the
wonderful.
problem with stint
Gi-
now? Are you
Gig.
crazy?
I got a gig. I got a stint. Same job like a normal person.
But what if something is part-time? Then those are the words for
What?
it.
They call stint long term also.
During my stint at
Like a lot of lawyers say stint.
okay, I'd use both the words, and I think they're perfectly normal to describe something. And in both the instances, I use it for like short-term jobs or like short-term employment opportunities. Yeah, and I went back home with Sahil. I think that was really special because we haven't gone back. And I just feel that I really enjoy going back home because um I don't know if you are feeling this lately or not, but I have been feeling it very strongly that I just want to grab as much as I can in terms of the time that I spend with my family. Like, I don't know, it's probably because I'm growing older or I am so away from them. But I genuinely, like, for 1 week, all that I did was sit with my mom and my dad and my brother, and we did nothing. Like, we were just sitting in a living room and just talking or reading or just being in each other's company. Like, that's all I did. And I just feel that was very therapeutic for me.
I think I do that when my parents are here. Like we just do nothing. Like sometimes we're just like sitting and watching a movie together, right? Like in Nepal, like I mean we used to do that in Nepal also. I guess yeah, when you're here and when you make more of an effort knowing that time is short. And I'm sure it's like because you live so both me and my brother we live here in the US. So when they come we want to make an active effort to like chill with them, but they also like also we need our space. So it's a balance that we need to get used to.
I
But
think this
no,
time I felt very differently. Like, I don't know why. Like, it was, I don't think I've spoken to you about it. Like, usually I've had this sense of taking my parents and my family for granted. Like, I just have always. Like, for granted, as in not for granted that I'm taking them for granted, but I have never been so hyper aware of the limited time that I have with them. Like, let's say in February when I went for a friend's wedding, right? And I prioritized that through and through. Like, it was like I came, I went for the wedding, I barely spent time with my parents. Then before that also, like, I would make sure that I'm doing a lot of other things, like whether it was like spending a lot of time with Sahil because we were in a long distance, or giving a lot of time to my friends. But I just feel now it became like it became very crystal clear that I need to be with, like, my brother, my my mother and my father. Like, I need to prioritize it. Not that I'm not going to spend time with my friends, but I need to carve out that time for my parents and my
do you
brother.
think it's because like you were going home as a new unit, like you and Sahil?
No, it had nothing to do with Sahil. Even Sahil, and we spent a lot of time with Sahil's parents also and his siblings also. But it was my personal time with my parents that I felt that for the first time in my life I prioritized it. I've never really thought so much about it, but it was a very new experience for me.
But this time when you went back, a lot of your friends are getting married. That's a new dynamic as
Oh
well.
yeah, yeah,
A lot of your
yeah.
friends,
That requires another podcast, I think.
because
Friends
now
getting
when you
married.
go back, I guess maybe for you because you're married, I wonder, and this is definitely another podcast. Like, if you're not on the track to get married, what is your experience when you go back home now that you know everyone is settled? Um, it's still like for me, I think I've been back to 2 times in the past 2 years, but then it's mostly like your wedding and Kanika's wedding. So it was very in and out getting it. But I'm just trying to wonder if I go back home for a month, let's say I was planning to go home for Dasai this time, but
Yeah,
visa issues are not going home right now.
yeah.
But I wonder what it's going to be like as a woman in my 30s going back home unmarried. Maybe we should do a podcast when I do that. And then, yeah, I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think it'll be very different from what you experience versus what I would experience. But in a lot of ways, I just feel that I just feel that there is, of course, and this is not just to do with my friends, this is to do with generally people. And somehow, and I was having this conversation actually with my mother, and she pointed it out, and she was just like, you have always been able to balance, like, your time with people around you and your relationship. Like, I don't know from where I have found this. It could be, my past that has taught me a lot of, like, lessons. But and we've done a podcast on this, but, like, I really am very conscious of the balance that I maintain, like, when it comes to my relationship with Sahil, and then generally how much time I'm giving to my friends and my family. But I just feel like 80 to 90% of the people struggle with that. Like, they really, really struggle with, like, maintaining that balance. There are very few friends, one or two, who I know, who are able to do this, who are able to, like, sort of divide that. So then it becomes like, an adjustment issue, not in terms of, like, I have any problems, but also, like, I begin to feel that, do you not require time away from your partner? Like, so those kind of questions is what bothers me sometimes. Like, I feel that how long term is this attitude for? Like, that where you are, like, constantly just moving around the requirements of your partner? Like, how long would you do that for? Like, ultimately, would you not need your friends? And what do you think about that time that you are losing where you're not at all catering to your individual relationship with your friends?
But a lot of people do that. I mean, look at our mother's generations and all. Like they've lost touch with so many friends, because they've all been like, settling their lives, and obviously like things are a bit easier with social media these days. But I think it's a challenge that most people in collective societies have, because uh, it's a lot of obligations and that you need
I
to.
am not able to relate to that. So, Meera Rajput, right? Shahid
Mm.
Kapoor's wife. She got married at 19. Okay, she was very young when she got married. And she did an interview recently. She did a podcast and she spoke there that how, when she got married and all, like obviously when she was 19, 20, how, like what would her friends be doing? Like they all must be going for masters or this or that or like navigating new job or traveling and all. And she said, I felt so isolated. But then it was very interesting what she added after that. She was like, my friends started reaching out to me and saying that why are you not available? And I could not explain to them my commitments and this and that. And now that they are getting married, they understand my commitments. Okay. I either am blessed or I'm oblivious, or maybe because like me and Sahil have known each other for so many years, I don't feel the weight of my commit. I'm not saying I don't have commitments or I don't have responsibilities. I do. But I don't feel the weight of those commitments and responsibilities being so much that I'm not able to make space for other things in my life. I don't know. Like it has never
But
struck
also,
me that, oh
no, and I think so. You've also always been someone who's balanced out things really well, right? And you and Sahil have had predominantly a long distance relationship for a lot of time. And when you came here to the US, I think one of the advantages in US is that it's an individualistic society, and you create your dynamics according, and there is this allowance of like how much you want to interact with people, where do you create the barrier. And I'm not like justifying people who aren't able to balance friendships and all. We've talked about this in the last podcast about why it's so important, even once you're married, to
yeah.
constantly remind yourself to decenter relationships, because otherwise it can consume you in the way that your individuality is taken out. But I think, back home, I'm just trying to recall instances where even in my family, like without being married, being a single woman, I remember some days I want to meet my friends, but my mom will be like, no, we have to go to this cousin's place. My dad will be like, no, we have to go to this cousin's place. And those take precedence over like anything. Those take priority over anything and everything. Right? Especially when it's like older people, like you're like, you have to do this. Or if it's like rituals that you have to do, you have to do this. And friends are secondary, right? So there's this, I think, understanding that friends are not your family, they're secondary. Like, what are you doing? Like, even if you want to prioritize. So I'm just thinking about instances where I think that can also be a very true reality.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. Hmm. No, that's true. But I'm just talking about like this change. Like my entire friend circle almost is married now. Like with come December and then Feb, like some of the closest friends, barring like two or three people now, would be like married. So I mean, I love the fact that everyone has their spouses and we are like sort of, what is comforting is that we all are going through it, like a similar phase. That also has its advantages, because when you go through similar phases and all, you can like connect with each other. You grow out of those phases also, in a similar fashion. Your challenges also is something that you can connect and relate. Like I enjoy that aspect of having friends, like so that I don't feel alone, that oh my god, I'm the only person who's married. Like it is good to like have your best of friends also being in that situation. But yeah, I just feel that um it would be better, or it would be good even for them if they know that they need to like prioritize things, or like other things also. It could be my
Your your
protectiveness also.
your friend circle, everyone is married. My like I have so you have one big friend circle. I have smaller friend circles, but like three, four smaller friend circles. Like that's how I've always been. Like I've always had circles of 3 or 4 people all my life.
Yeah.
Every circle, there's only one, maximum two, only one person who's married. The rest are not even on their path to getting married.
Yeah.
And the day I was telling someone, I was like, that and the fact that I'm living in a city where people are in their 30s are considered young. Like people think
Yeah.
about marriage at 35, 36 has brought so much like comfort in my life, especially when I was like, going through a breakup last year. One of the things I was really worried about was like, am I going to freak out that I'm not even on a path to getting married? And as a South Asian woman, you start getting all of this. But to know that, and this is such a sinister way to look at it, but a lot of my friends are in the same path of life, right? So it's nice to be like, nice to talk about challenges, nice to talk about like,
Yeah.
well, this didn't work, this worked, this didn't work. And also to live in a city, oh my God. Otherwise, I think it would have like consumed me in ways I can't even explain. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what even I'm trying to say, right? Like to have people. It's not that I don't have unmarried people around me. Like you, my best friend, you and I are like very different at very different stages in our professional life and very different stages when it comes to our personal life. And I just feel that just adds so much character and like I don't know, like I don't know how I would have navigated so many challenges had I not had you, playing that contrast in the professional world that, okay, you're gonna get there. Or me like trying to like tell you the other side of the coin or you telling me the other side. It gives you a lot of like rather than you being in your own bubble. But I just feel that a lot of times when you are in that phase, like maybe if I was not in a relationship with Sahil, like such a long term relationship with Sahil, maybe my friends around me also would have changed. Maybe I would have sought out a different kind of a friend circle. And the fact that I was in this, I have ended like my friends all in LA, right? Like the community that I have made here, they're all couples, like they're all married couples. And we have like found like barring one or two people who are single, everyone is like, everyone comes in pairs and we get along so well because we understand those challenges. But had I been single, I would have had a different kind of a friend circle. It depends upon your phase of life and I think what you're seeking also.
Yeah. One of the things, so when I was making my bingo card in January, one of the things was I want to hang out more with single people.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to like make friends in your late 20s, late 30s, even someone like this friend of mine that we've recently reconnected. She and I were in college together, but I was like 3 years senior over her. So we never really crossed paths. We had very separate friend circles, never even talked. She moved to New York last year. We started connecting in January, and she also broke up with her boyfriend around like February, March. And we have had such a great single summer because you're like available every time. We're like, let's go out, let's go for a drink, let's meet guys. It's like
Yeah.
you like my married friends, I love them to death, but they have so many like obligations. They have to make plans together, all of that. So to have single friends to be like, let's do this, let's do that, literally, like you can just pick up the phone and be like, hey, let's meet here, let's go to a bar, let's do this, and it
Yeah.
happened. So I think
Yeah.
when you're so right that you seek out very different things, when different types of friendships when you're in different stages of your life, and hopefully you know even when you and your but if you have friendships that are really strong, even if you are in different phases of life, that continues then. Because when you and I met, of course, we started out in the same phase of life when we were 13 years old. By the way, guys, Anahita and I are crossing 17 years of our friendship
True,
this
true,
year.
true, true.
Oh, we were 13 when we met. Anahita's 30, I'm turning 30. And yeah, it's been a great road.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking when I was showering day before yesterday that
Why do you always think about me when you shower? Please tell me that.
I don't know, you are someone on my mind when I am
Yeah,
in the
I must
shower.
say.
Because I think a lot, like I think about things, like my mind is like racing on different things. And I was
Do you
thinking
play
about your birthday. I was
what
thinking,
do you play music when you're having a bath?
yeah, a lot of times, but this time I was not. I was thinking about your birthday actually. I was thinking about your 30th birthday because I think we had just had a conversation where you were like, are you coming to New York or whatever? And then I just started thinking about like, oh my God, she's going to turn 30. It was just on my mind. And I was like, shit, if she's turning 30, then when did we start? When did we meet? And then I was like, I was 14, so she must be 13. So that means 17 years from 13 to 30.
Bro, we were such children. I don't know why I thought I was so like mature. But just to give people context about my puberty, I was the same height. I have been the same height and probably the same weight since 13 to
I
30.
think your look also same.
Shut the fuck up. I was so ugly. What are you talking about?
Like you have not like transformed like in very, very major ways. Like you still have a
I would
very
like to
young
think my
face.
mentality has transformed. Please.
Questionable. But your face and all, like you have a lot of like you have a very young baby face, like still, right?
Oh
So
my god. Talking about young baby faces this time. So this guy I know, he's like 27. He told me I look 24. When we had gone out for a drink, he didn't get carded. I got carded. Like I got ID.
oh god,
They
Jess,
thought
what a flex, yeah.
bro, people are IDing me everywhere, and they're like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm 30. I'm not gonna lie about the fact that I'm 30." And they laugh. All the bouncers they laugh because they think I'm like whatever,
What a
24.
youngie. What a
I
youngie.
know.
Yeah.
I
What a
know. Oh.
Anyway, with Jesselina's youth, we are going to mark this was just a bonus episode, guys, to tell you that we are around, what we did. I'm sure like you guys were interested in knowing how our summer went, what are our plans. So in the coming season, which is going to be the second season, we are going to carry on with just Jesso and me talking and like the normal issues like personal to political issues, but we are also going to try to reach out to relevant people. Not like we are not looking at like, oh, trying to tap into like a celebrity or someone very famous, but people who we admire or who we have followed in our network who are doing some good work. We're going to try to reach out to them and like see if they want to come on our podcast, give you guys like another dimension to what we talk about.
And also, if you want to like nominate yourself or someone, please like tell us if you want to talk about something. Like if you are, working about on something super interesting and you want to share about that. Mostly South Asian women, South Asia work. It could be even be other things, but like please feel free to just comment and like suggest speakers. Also, we're happy to like explore that idea.
So in season 2, we're going to be trying to branch out. It's not going to be a disciplined thing. We're going to try to at least get one episode like that every month. But if not, it's going to be me and Jesso. But we are going to try to introduce guest speakers and try to get a little like, a third perspective. So stay tuned for that in season 2. And yes, we will see you now the whole of
See
fall.
you. See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Cause you're my favorite girl. You make my skin go, come on. Cause you're my favorite